Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 10 of Red Dirt and Stardust, a Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition goth
Nope.
Western and pirate campaign. I'll get it eventually.
There we
Where
go.
last we left the party was summoned to Yvonne's enchanted tower to meet Shawthorn, who had come to town in search of a party to take on an adventure in order to slay a mysterious beast in a lake near a town called Red Tower. This was hinted at in a vision sent to Velantrios by Titania. The group decided to go, got Cinnamon and Sugar Dust, their favorite horses, back on the road. However, at some point during the journey, Chauncey tried to fix the wagon while it was moving and broke the axle. After they finally repaired everything, apparently there was a very angry pine tree that decided it didn't want them on their land. So they burnt and blasted it to a crisp, and that is where we start. You all have gotten back in the wagon, and you all have continued on until finally reaching a spot where you can have a long rest. So you have a long rest. You are undisturbed. So you get your abilities back, you get your spells back, you get your health back. And the next day, you are back on the road. I would like everybody to once again choose a skill check. You don't have to choose the same one as last time, but you'll be choosing a new or an old skill, and we'll do the skill check again.
Um, I think I'm just gonna continue doing animal handling.
That has gone well thus far.
Um,
I'll do survival this time.
Survival. Okay. Yep.
Lila's gonna try singing again.
All right. Performance.
I rolled a 12.
I'm also
Okay.
born
So
dice.
a little bit not as successful. Sugar Dust tends to get distracted very easily today for some reason.
Maybe it
And
had something
so
to do with the huge giant fucking tree.
the horses go a little bit slower.
I got a 20 for that survival check.
All right. You do manage to steer the cart clear, find good paths to go on that are a little smoother so that the horses don't hurt their feet on the rock, going under trees to find shade, and avoiding potentially dangerous appearing situations. As you are able to spot various wildlife being so close to the center of the plate, there's significantly more wildlife. You see maybe an owl bear
I'll have
walking
a
around.
faux paw help out with that too, flying around a bit.
Yep. You definitely see a few of the previously faced enchanted mountain lions running around with the ore on their back. And you even see a very large rattlesnake on a rock that, as it sees you as it passes by, it coils and slithers, and an iridescence shines around it before it turns invisible. And you continue on. So, what is everybody else doing?
Uh, I Lila got a 16 on her song, so
Much better song this time.
Much better song. It is not
Terrible.
1,000 bottles of beer on the wall. It's a very nice sort of traveling song that someone probably sang to you, maybe a client sang to you, and you sing it back as you're kind of bouncing along, and it makes the journey a little bit more bearable.
I'm feeling a little like some country road take me home kind of moment.
Yep. All
I
right.
got a 27 on stealth.
All right. So once again, you're guiding.
Hello? Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, we got you. We got
we
you.
got you. Your internet's a bit
Cool. So
choppy.
it said my internet was unstable, so I wasn't sure.
Your
Okay.
face isn't lining up, but we're hearing you just
We're
fine.
hearing you, but we're seeing a PowerPoint.
Yeah.
Cool.
We'll get it eventually. It'll come back, I'm
It'll be
sure. But yeah, you continue helping Shawthorn guide, taking once again under rocks, through trees, under archways, and other things like that to kind of hide your presence. And Chauncey.
Could I do maybe a history check to see if I knew any maps of the area or anything? Something like that.
Sure, make me a history check.
History. Wait, we're not using that D20. That's the cursed one.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, no, don't
Who
do it.
knows what'll result from a bad history check.
So this D20 gave me a nat 20, and my history modifier is +8. So 28.
We like that one.
We like this
All
one.
right.
Yeah.
So Red Tower is kind of far away from everything because this was a new mining technique. You kind of, as you're thinking back, you remember it because your mother told you stories of when she was a little younger, treating patients that came from Red Tower. Red Tower is a pit lake formed from open surface mining, which has kind of been frowned upon because it creates pit lakes, which are deadly lakes. These miners had inhaled all kinds of fumes and had gotten all kinds of nasty lung diseases that people hadn't really seen before because no one had breathed in this kind of stuff before. Additionally, you remember it was a lot of them because they were all escaping from Red Tower. And so this is a pretty secluded area, and it has been abandoned, so not a lot of people visit it because it's such a secluded area.
I feel like Chauncey's just in the back, like flipping through an old notebook or something of his, and he's just like, "Wait, we're going to Red Tower, right? That's where we're going?"
That's where we're going. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, that's not good. He just continues reading with no explanation.
Would you care to share with the rest of the class?
Well, so before my mother and father settled in Creator's Hollow, she was a traveling doctor for some years, and most of the patients she saw from there were victims of gas poisoning from a pit lake.
Oh, well, that's
Marvelous.
really troublesome.
Yeah, we may want to take that into account in our preparatory work.
Velantrios looks over his shoulder at Shaw. He's like, "Yeah, what was that? I heard like a noise."
Someone else's computer, it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. And he's gonna be like, "Do you have any advice, Shaw?"
Sorry. Any advice? For poison, hold your breath, don't touch it. I'm not a doctor.
But
Super helpful.
from our new compatriot.
But aren't you from there?
Not at all. No,
Yeah.
no. I'm from Turtle Shell Key.
You all would know Turtle Shell Key. It is essentially the only permanent settlement on Gold Rush. It is the place where all the ships come in and trade is done, and secondary trade offices are there. It's a dock. It's a bunch of docks, basically. And a lot of hoity-toity rich people live there who didn't want to live on Ponderosa Prime and Creator's Hollow, where a lot of rich people live, but didn't want to give up the creature comforts. So it's the only permanent settlement where buildings actually have stone foundations and can't be taken down very easily.
Yes, you must have met all sorts of interesting folk.
I have many friends back home. I can't wait to return. Hopefully with the trophy from this hunt.
Well, hopefully we return with something more than a pickaxe, I think was the paltry reward we were meant to find in this tunnel.
Miss Yvonne seemed fairly excited about the mining supplies.
Yeah, fair enough. Nothing so exciting as jewels, perhaps.
What is a mine? I don't know what kind of mine it was, but it is a mine.
I suppose we shall see. Also, above game, can we call part of this travel like a short rest or something?
Oh, I mean, if you want to, the day goes by and you all manage to settle down for a long rest. This day goes by uneventfully. No surprise pine tree attacks, no bandits in the woods, no surprise herd of owlbears or anything of the sort.
Could
You all managed
I
to make your way.
maybe can I try making like face masks for them if we're going into a potential gas pit?
Oh,
Smart.
Sure. What
like,
supplies are you using to make those?
Probably my multi-purpose tool, which lets me turn it into any artisan tool, and I have proficiency in it. So I'm
Mhm.
probably gonna sew together face masks for them to try blocking out. Chauncey's not concerned about himself because like he doesn't need to actually breathe.
yeah.
He just does it to be social.
Right.
No.
Like that was one of the things when he was a little boy that mommy had to make sure. She's like, always breathe in and out when you're in mixed company. You want them to think you're just like them. And don't smile too wide. You don't want to show your teeth.
Eh,
A tight social grace.
All right. So, yep, roll me whatever check it is to see how well you stitch these together.
Oh wait. Okay. So I'll if I guidance it, the check. What did I add to this? So if it's with a tool, do I? So the proficiency bonus will get added on top of it, and if I'm like
Right.
sewing them, can I add intelligence, dexterity?
I would say sewing is probably sleight of hand.
Yeah.
Okay, so sleight of hand is dex. So, let me see, 18.
All right. Yep. You sew together these pretty effective face masks. So you all now have a face mask that you can wear when going to the lake.
Oh. Well, this is much better than the time you tried to fix the card earlier. You
Oopsie
so
doodle.
appreciate your talents, Mr. Oak.
I mean, it's just a hobby, honestly. Cart fixing. Sewing, I'm a little bit better at generally.
Could have been a bit more decorous, but I suppose I'm just extravagant.
above board, we could also do the canary test.
Oh,
Just
Aren't you
animal.
like an animal lover?
Right.
Luckily,
nature lover. And
luckily,
that's-
faux pas is really good at that. Actually, that's kind of what they're for, is detecting poison. So.
Oh, yep.
No,
Yep.
no. That's valuable information.
Kind of
Yep.
morbid.
Yep. All right. Well, you all have your long rest, and you
Oh,
wake up
shit.
in the morning and begin your half-day journey. You continue along. I'm not going to make you make any skill checks for this one. It's only half a day. You all crest a hill, and before you is a very large lake. It would probably take about 45 minutes to actually ride down to it, but you see a very large lake. It's kind of bean-shaped, but with angles clearly man-made cut into the rock. There's probably about a 50-foot drop to the actual lake itself, with these sort of shelved tiers carved into it as it is an open surface mine. Next to it is a mountain that is clearly man-made. It's clearly all the rocks that were hauled up from the surface mine itself, but it's filled with water that is a milky turquoise and completely opaque.
Oh.
You can tell it's water, but it looks horrible. Around the edge, you see almost like algae floating at the edge of a pond, this sort of coppery color that sort of catches the light a little bit. And there is definitely smoke coming off of this lake and wafting over abandoned wooden shack-like buildings. And the defining feature is a very, very tall tower, painted brick red, the paint peeling, and a metal tube going down into the lake at an angle. This appears to be the titular red tower. And yes, as you get closer, you start to smell sulfur, copper, bleach. corpses.
would like to grab my mask and just
Yes, so now that you have your masks, being close to the lake will not incur a Constitution saving throw. So that's a very good thing that you did there, Chauncey.
We go
Um,
Chauncey.
Artificer for the win.
I would also like to take a minute real quick. I just want to everyone gather around, gather around. I'm gonna cast water breathing on everyone just in case. Hopefully we don't have to breathe that water, but you know, just in case.
All right. Well, it does last 24
I would
hours,
like
doesn't
to
it?
do.
Yeah, you got 24 hours of water breathing. Good luck.
Good luck.
Jed, you
mean-
were gonna say something?
I would like to do everything in my power to not be in that lake.
It's
Smart
kind
idea.
of pretty
Yeah.
though, like the colors, the way the turquoise and the copper bounce off of each other.
It is sort of
Yeah, sort of
Amazing.
evocative of like death.
in a terrifying sort of way.
I wonder if we could weaponize it.
I do not wonder such a thing. I do not.
What is your deal?
This is the weirdest,
I
the
thought it was
weirdest
supposed to be, like,
druid
nature
I've ever
love
met.
and This should be appalling to you.
I do
As a
not
druid.
think I never.
This is unnatural. Anyway, yes, as you get closer to the lake, the road runs along the lake into town where you see very sort of humble abodes and a single church with a steeple ominously shaded by the clouds of fog and steam rolling across the town. You can hear the lake boiling. You see the water is not, in fact, as still as you thought it was. It is a roiling lake. You can feel the heat coming off of it as you ride by it into the main town. And the day is yours. What would you like to do?
What have they done?
Right. So, Shaw, you know anything about where this thing is besides in the area?
I will just pull out of my bag the little like wanted monster poster. And I assume it just says like monster red tower. Like I don't assume it gives much information at all.
Is there not like a reward for the monster? We have a wanted poster with no reward?
Not quite.
Evidently, we
it's-
are to be rewarded in experience.
It does say that on the poster, like you'll get exposure as a monster hunter for killing this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, I had nothing else to do. All the other jobs were
I
taken.
look at Shaw and I'm like, this is the kind of job you like to take? Just the exposure kind?
You know, it's hard for a monster hunter out there.
Yeah, you remember walking into the office.
I'm sure.
It's your third day as a monster hunter. You're walking into the office. You look at the bulletin board, and there's one job on it because everybody's taken everything else off of it. And you see this, and you're like, well, gotta start somewhere.
Now, preacher, I should think that you should jump at the opportunity to help these unfortunate citizens.
You don't see citizens
I
anywhere in the
am,
town.
but we all.
It is a ghost town.
It's unfortunately
One, I think it
town.
is largely abandoned, but
It's inhabited
two,
by ghosts.
we have a number of money we need to collect, Delilah, or Lyla, not Delilah. You know this, so I'm just looking out for the good of the group.
Can I do a nature check to check for any signs of the creature?
Yes, you may.
More interested in finding whoever commissioned that wanted poster.
17.
Can I ritual cast detect magic?
I'll also ritual cast detect magic.
All right, how far does detect magic go?
I think it's
Look,
like
It's
30
just
feet
line
or
of sight,
something.
30 feet, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'll send Faux Paul on just a little lap over the lake just to see if he sees anything.
All right. So
Oh.
actually, could you make a perception check for faux pas? 17 for Velantrios with your nature check.
Good job,
As
faux
you
pas.
kind of look around, you notice this place is pretty dusty. Seeing as how there's been a lot of excavation and a lot of dust has been kicked up into the air, this town is covered in dust that hasn't really blown away. You notice there are relatively fresh footprints, but they're very lizard-like footprints, and there's a lot of them, and they're human-sized.
Oh god.
Faux pas got a 24.
All right, as faux pas is flying over the lake, there is a shadow that moves underneath the surface of the lake. It doesn't quite crest the lake, but there is a shadow that moves as if it almost crested the lake, but doesn't. But also, flying over, you see, well, faux pas sees, I should say, unless you're looking through his eyes. Faux pas sees what appears to be some orange creature dart into the church at the far end of town.
Faux pas reports some kind of creature at the church in town, and there's definitely something in the lake.
Oh, that's supposed to be a church. I was wondering what that was.
I mean,
Wow.
it does have a steeple, and it does have like a symbol of O on the steeple itself, but
I guess Lila's not versed in church.
Wow, when Lyla says
He has
that,
very high standards.
Chauncey's just like, is it me or is the smell in here getting a little much?
I thought it was a bit much since halfway down that hill.
Come here. And he just pulls out a little needle and he kind of just pokes the mask and he's gonna use magical tinkering. Your mask smells like roses for 10 feet around.
oh,
Nice.
okay. Nice.
Well, that is lovely. Thank you for that.
At this point, you hear the bell of the church ring. It rings multiple times, and you watch as on the far end of town, you see a bunch of these orange creatures. They're lizard-like, and they kind of run almost like those lizards that run on water. They
Oh,
kind of
no.
run like that towards the church, and they all file in through the entrance.
When we were kids, and an old friend of mine and I used to say that the church was run by lizard people, I thought it was a joke.
It appears there is a kernel of truth in every myth.
Velantrios would like to look at Jedidiah and just sort of poke him in the face.
Can I help you?
Just checking.
Are we thinking friends or foes for these lizard folk?
I'm thinking dinner bell.
Oh,
Although that is
Why don't we just check it out?
mage
And
armor.
we can determine if we murder them or not later.
perhaps preacher.
Just a quick little mage armor.
Yep.
Chauncey's gonna
to relate with them if in fact they are holding a service.
Well, why don't we go find out?
Yep,
buff
let's
stuff.
get away from the lake.
All right. How would you all like to approach?
Oh.
As we walk over, I wanna talk into Chauncey's head, and I wanna say, I only told you that like once when we were like 8.
I mean, it was. Can I respond to you or no?
Yeah, you can.
I mean, you were also wearing a frilly dress at the time that I was trying to stitch the last seam on, so it kind of sticks in my head. Thank you very much. And since when could you read my When did this start?
I don't know. It's a few years ago.
How long have you been in my head, Jed?
Yeah.
I haven't been in your head. I just didn't want to say that in front of the group.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell my internet's really bad right now, isn't it?
So we
Yeah,
are
it
watching a
comes and goes.
PowerPoint.
Cool. I'm just gonna
Is-
like leave and come back real quick.
All right, I'll have the participants tab open. All right, so how are you all approaching the church?
Knocking on the front door.
I was gonna put the preacher man up front, considering
I-
Mr. O versus Church of O.
I also vote to put the preacher man up front.
Yeah,
I
definitely
do
preacher
too.
man. Miss Lyla, do you wear armor?
Actually, yeah, well, yeah, I suppose that armor would have fit, so she would have put it on, although I did forget to don it.
No.
Yeah.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of Chauncey's infused things is the armor that she's wearing, technically.
Okay.
If
Oh,
she
man.
remembers to put it on.
I was gonna give
Right.
you a quick mage armor because in my head this whole time you were not wearing armor. So
I mean, first of all, I didn't realize this armor was supposed to be infused. And two, I think mage armor actually might be better, depending.
I mean, yeah, if you're not
Mage
wearing
armor if you're wearing
what's that?
mage armor, you have to be wearing regular clothes. You can't wear even light
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, as long as they have no
no,
armor on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was thinking about. No, I'll keep the armor. Wait, so what's this infusion about?
You get +1 to your AC.
Oh, well, I didn't. Okay, I can put that on there real quick.
Enhanced defense. So it used to be on my shield before I stopped using my shield.
Well, it would still be on the shield
Yeah.
because we're not using the OG Artificer. We're using the new Artificer.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
those
yeah.
infusions stay until like 1d12 days after you die.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I'm a factory. I don't actually try selling from. Let's break the economy.
Oh, yeah. It would kind of break the economy a little bit. So Jedidiah is joining. It's a bit slow. So your plan is to put Jedidiah up front. Is that the plan that you're attempting?
Well, if they're worshiping at a Church of O.
That's kind of what we're going for.
Do
Hey,
you know if the
Hey.
church is a church of O, though?
Is it any
It
better?
has a he said
Yes,
it
it's
has a
better.
giant.
he
Cool.
said it has a thing.
Yeah.
You're basically the
Mr. Preacher Man, we're putting you up front.
Oh, cool. So, we're walking up to the church. Is that what's happening?
That's
Yep.
what's happening.
Apparently.
All right. Do we
Yeah.
want to look in a window first or anything?
I mean, you can. Most of the windows seem to be busted out just because they're old and glass does that if it's not taken care of.
it's probably really
Um,
dusty too.
Well, the glass that's there is pretty dusty, but the glass that is not there is not dusty because it's shattered. So yeah, I'm going to say that there is enough. As you get closer, you do hear chanting.
Oh boy.
Do
Oh,
any
no.
of you speak Draconic or Ignan? Primordial.
Oh, I speak primordial.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they would probably be speaking in Ignan. So it seems that they are leading a worship service, but it's not to O. You hear a single voice calling out, Almighty Imix, Prince of Fire, and then all of them join in, protect us with your flames. As they join, it's just that chant over and over again.
I'll just
As
be-
you also hear the footsteps of them like dancing around a fire. You also hear fire. You hear fire.
Stop. They are not worshiping O. Prince of Fire?
All right.
I don't
If
think
any of you would like to make a
Yes.
religion check on the term Prince of Fire, you may.
I'll do it.
I'll
Can I
do it.
guidance myself?
Yes, you may.
do it.
Too.
Kill.
We're not gonna help. Oof.
Oh, I'm gonna change
10.
Jedidiah, I'm changing your roll into 14.
Alright.
Damn
Plus-
it!
Cool. So that makes it a 19.
So I
I
got a
did a
5
10.
plus 8 is a 13.
Okay, so Chauncey, you don't get it. Jed, you get it. Who else made a check?
Me. I think got a 10.
Okay, so you don't. So I'm gonna say that in your research of who Mazarendael might have been, having experienced the visions and have put on the ring for a little bit, you did some research possibly, and you read a book, and feeling the heat in Mazarendael's visions and dreams, you checked fire beings, one of whom is known as Imix, the Prince of Evil Fire.
Oh.
Oh.
He is one of 4
Cool.
beings. Since you rolled an 18, I'll give you the other names. It is Ol Hydra, the Princess of Evil Water, Ogrimach, the Prince of Evil Earth, and Yancy Bin, the Prince of Evil Air. They are currently trapped in their respective planes, so the plane of fire, plane of air, plane of water, plane of earth, and have not visited the mortal planes in centuries, but they are evil, and they each created a race of evil beings that walk this earth and tend to do their bidding, although they do have free will.
Gee, I wonder who these are.
Neat. Well, from what I know, these are followers of the god of evil fire who's trapped in a plane of fire right now. So odds are they're not awesome. So what are we
So
gonna do with that?
so what are you gonna do? Half of what you do is fire, and these things are worshipping it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could
I
play
have a
with
few other things on my track, but
Chauncey's just
Maybe.
like rifling around in his bag before he just pulls out his gun.
I cast gun.
Is that the
Right,
route that we are aiming to take? Full frontal assault on these creatures of fire?
how many of them are there in there?
Would you like to take a peek through the window?
Sure.
All right.
If I could roll
Would you
stealth
like
or
to do
something for that?
yes. If you want to approach stealthily, roll a stealth check. If not, you can just walk up to the window and look through like a weirdo. Just, hi, what y'all doing?
That is a 16 stealth.
I'm just gonna roll for. Okay, yeah, they don't see you. You walk up to the window and you see they are these orange-looking lizard people. They look more like salamanders or newts or geckos kind of creatures, except their bodies seem to be semi-transparent. You can see their bones through it, and it looks like it almost looks like they're lava-filled water balloons almost. But they're very gaunt, very skinny. There are 6 of them that are currently dancing around a bonfire that's in the middle of the church. And there are 2 of them who have these special helmets on, as well as they both have staves, and they're the ones that are shouting the single voice part of that, and then the other ones all shout as they dance around the fire. On the back wall, you see painted in possibly charcoal, whatever they had to hand, because they're fire creatures that can burn things. There is a charcoal drawing on the back where it seems they've pulled the symbols of O off the wall, and they have a very rudimentary drawing of a 6-legged lizard kind of coiling around, almost the head almost meeting its tail, the legs kind of wiggling on the back wall. And that's what you see.
Cool.
And
So there's 8 in total.
Yes, 6 dancers and 2 what appear to be priests.
And there's
Man, my internet is so bad right now. I don't know why there's such a delay for you guys.
Uh-oh.
It's fine. We can still hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can still hear you. We're just watching a PowerPoint. It's fine.
yeah.
All
And
right.
8. Yeah. Well, I guess there's 6 of us, so I like those odds.
There's only 5 of us.
Don't leave out faux pas.
Well, I did leave out faux pas. There's 7. And
Yeah.
I left out
Seven's-
Lachey.
Yeah, you just watch the robot's head turn 360 degrees to look at you.
Ugh. I don't like that.
And I'll just grab her head as she does that and just continue rotating it.
Just go
Just
back.
away.
Yeah.
Just nope. All right. So what is your game plan?
Okay.
Uh,
So
God.
Do we sneak in?
If-
I can shoot? Chauncey's just like got his gun out at this point. He's like, I can fight from far too.
if we could get a sneak attack on them, I could hit them all with a freezing cone of air. I could possibly incapacitate most of them.
If I recall, forgive me, but we are here for the creature in the lake. Yes?
Yeah, but something tells me that these creatures are, working with it or worshiping it or something of that nature. So I think it'd be better to deal with these creatures now than when we're dealing with the other thing.
I do believe if we take care of them now, we won't have to worry about them later.
Fair enough. Pacifist.
Question.
We know that this creature is in the lake, right? It's like some sort of watery thing.
Yeah.
These
Or-
guys are pretty fiery aligned. I feel like they probably aren't associated with the lake creature.
The boiling lake of hot water.
If you all would like to make a nature check, you may.
Yes, please.
I'm assuming you told them about everything you saw inside the church, right, Jedidiah?
That was
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use my other portent die.
Oh my goodness.
I
Just
got a nat
your
20,
importance.
baby.
I
Oh,
got a 24.
I got a 12.
doesn't matter.
Okay, so Jed, Chauncey, is Lyla making the check?
What is this check? I'm sorry.
Nature check.
Oh my word. No, I think we're gonna pass on that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna use my portent die, but then I remembered that one was a bad roll, so never mind.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the two of you, Chauncey and Jed, as you're kind of thinking about this, it didn't really occur to you because you didn't think these creatures lived here on the material plane at all, but six-legged lizard, fire creatures, boiling water. This creature is probably a salamander. Salamanders are very large, six-legged lizards that are associated with fire, but most of the time they live in volcanoes, but sometimes they live in hot springs or places that are naturally hot, even if there's a bunch of water in them. They're able to breathe water. It's most likely a salamander that's in the lake. And you just kind of put two and two
I
together,
did some
right?
reflecting.
Yep. You did some reflecting.
I did some
let's put the
reflecting, and in
clues together.
hindsight, probably is together. Probably a salamander in the lake.
Yeah, that checks.
Based on
What
the
would we
image
ever
that
do
we're
without
worshiping,
you,
it
creature?
makes sense.
Well, so knowing that, then
What do we know about salamanders specifically, other than you said they're from the plane of fire, right?
Yes, they are from the plane of fire. They typically live in volcanoes in the plane of fire, but they can live in hot springs. They just want heat. They don't necessarily need pure fire. They just need heat. So a boiling lake would be a perfect place for a salamander to just slip right in. But because of the lack of volcanoes in Ponderosa as a whole, just because all the volcanoes were destroyed in the apocalypse, there aren't a lot of good places for a salamander to live aside from a boiling lake.
Makes sense.
Velantrios, can I have button back from you real quick? I don't think my hammer is going to be as effective right now as it normally is.
So what is it? What is it you want?
The shield that I gave you, the giant oversized button shield.
Oh, sure.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm just gonna, put the shield on. Like, we don't need a big old fire hammer fighting a salamander. Chauncey's like, that's probably not gonna end as well.
So if someone could be prepared to pull up Jed's sheet just in case he can't make it back for combat.
Yes. I think I can see it on here. Hang on.
Yes. He did take it off private, so you should be able to see it. Fingers crossed. If not, someone has the PDF. Hopefully. All right, so what is your game plan?
Here we go.
I think we have to deal with these guys first before we deal with the salamander.
I would love to get a sneak attack on them. Just saying.
Question.
Well,
Would
by all
my
means.
create water attack work inside a bell? Because it's technically a container.
The bell is upside down. It's
Still.
hanging. You would have to knock the bell down in order to get it to hold the water.
I don't want it to hold the water, though. I just want it to create the water.
Also, the bell is not hanging like directly over the inside of the church. It is like a separate tower that's attached to the end of the church that they use a door to go up.
Yeah.
One day I'll be able to use that spell.
This is just that scene from like every game-based anime where I just do 3 buffs on myself real quick.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. This is your buff time while we wait for Jedidiah to return from the void.
False Life, because I can cast that with my Shadow Touched feat, and Gift of Alacrity, because I can cast that with my Fey Touched feat. And let me double check and see if I can do the other Shadow Touched feat on the wizard who wants to sneak up on people. Because I can maybe give you invisibility. I don't know if I have to cast that on myself or if I can cast that on someone else.
Well, if you can't, then I can.
Oh. I can do it without spending a spell slot. Would you like me to handle that?
Sure.
So, Chauncey's just gonna look at Shawthorn and be like, so are you really comfortable going in there and trying to sneak up on them and hit them before they can see you by yourself if we don't follow you in right away?
Or like maybe we both go in at the exact same time and I just launch a little spell and
I'm going to touch Shaw and cast Enhance Ability.
Which ability are you enhancing?
1 second.
Fix Chauncey's AC because he has his shield back on.
And I'll give you a guidance, Shaw.
oh, nice.
Wisdom.
Dex?
You would think Cat's Grace would have something to do with agility, but it's dexterity.
That is agility.
It is.
That's exactly what it is.
I'll do Cat's Grace.
Cool.
Advantage on dexterity checks.
All right.
No, and you don't take damage from falling 20 feet or less. As long as you're not incapacitated.
Nice. You get +2.
Okay.
Oh no, you get advantage.
Yeah.
And that's on dexterity checks. It is also concentration, just so that you are aware. So keep that in your noggin. All right, so busted down the door, guns blazing.
I thought we were sneaking in.
Yeah, sneak in first.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, no. I don't.
Okay. It is like most... Yep.
I'll invisibility myself if I'm sneaking in.
Awesome. So you'll get advantage on that. So it is like most churches in Ponderosa, small towns in Ponderosa. It is, excuse me, literally just the sanctuary. You walk in, it is then maybe a few feet in the back for like people to stand, but then it's pews all the way up to the altar, and then the bell tower has a door behind it that goes up to the bell tower. So you can sneak in through the windows, you can do the front door, but you don't really have a lot of options. It's just a rectangular box that these things are sitting in. Um, so what's everybody doing?
Um,
We're just
Not
waiting for Chauncey and Sean to do their thing.
yeah,
before
that's what I was
we-
gonna say. What if y'all group up at the door and me and Chauncey will pick a window?
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Sure.
How heavy are you?
Me?
Yeah.
155.
Can I carry 155? And Chauncey was 155.
Oh God, now I have to look up carry weight.
Why do you want to? You have disadvantage on stealth, don't you?
I'm invisible and I have spider climb.
Oh, very nice.
Ah, I see what we're going
Because
for.
remember, Mama was a vampire and Daddy was an elf.
Yep.
When your mom's a
Yep.
Dracula, you get some Dracula perks.
Yes, you do.
You're a nepo baby for Dracula power.
Very true.
Yes.
Ew.
I'm not even going to bother looking up carry capacity right now. I'm not even going to bother with it. It's
You're a
probably based on
nepo
strength.
pro
So it's like 4 times your strength score or something, or like 100 times your strength score. I don't know.
I don't think I can lift them then. My strength score is only an 11.
Oh,
That's fine. We just need to
yeah.
sneak in through a window. It's okay.
Yeah. The windows aren't that high off the ground. You'd probably need to, they're probably like up to your sternum, the base of the window. So you can like finagle a rock or, climb through the window pretty easily. Just got to hoist yourself up, which I'm going to say is not that hard for anyone. So yeah, what are you unleashing? Well, first stealth checks.
Oh God.
Actually, while they're stealth checking,
God for
could I-
advantage.
Oh, never mind.
And then you guided me, right?
Ignore me.
So are we all doing stealth checks, or is it just Sean, Chauncey?
Just Shaw and Chauncey at the moment because you all are at the door, ready to just.
14.
Okay.
Beautiful.
Oh God.
Oh, your armor gives you disadvantage, doesn't it?
My armor gives me disadvantage, invisibility gives me advantage, so it
So
just
that cancels
neutralizes
out. Yep.
itself.
Mhm.
So I rolled a 3. This is fine.
Just fall through the window.
Yeah, you mistime you get yourself up, and as you're leaning forward, you are in a position in which your armor pulls you forward just through the window. You are invisible, so the window just shatters, and all of the creatures turn and look at the window.
And I'm just
That-
there. Like,
to look at the window to see nothing because Chauncey's invisible.
Oh.
You're not going through the same window. Are you going to the other side or going through another window or?
I was literally gonna go through this.
Oh yeah, so they just see through Chauncey straight into you standing outside the window.
Yeah.
And you definitely hear one of the priests shout in Ignan, so you're the only one that understands it, pointing the scepter that he has, "Intruders!" And I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh boy. That was just a lot of wasted time.
That was a really good setup for
Just smash through the window.
18 for Jed.
18 for
13.
Jed, 13 for Velantrios,
22.
22 for Lyla,
16.
16 for Chauncey,
Not sure that I'm super happy about that.
10.
and 10 for Shaw. Okay.
I
So
wasn't
luckily,
expecting to be spotted.
Jed, you said you got an 18, correct?
Yeah.
I am terrible at writing 8s. It looked like a 6. All right. So luckily, these creatures are a bit too distracted by the sudden window breaking for them to know that anybody is at the door. So most of you will actually be going before these creatures. The first one up is Lyla. You're in front of the door. I will say that you all are ready to open the door. So the door just right at the beginning of your turn, door just opens. What you
Sure.
doing?
How far, like what are the dimensions of the room here? How far away are they?
It's
How
probably a pretty small church, so it's probably only about 60 feet deep. So the dancing creatures are probably around, I would say to the center of the bonfire is around 30 feet. So to the closest one to you, the closest dancer is about 25 feet.
Oh, hot. Okay, yeah, no, we can do
And then
that.
they're in a circle around it. So probably 35 feet to the farthest one,
Well
at
then,
least of the ring of dancers. And then it's about 50 feet to the altar where the two priests are waving their scepters.
coolly.
It's a small church.
Let me just double check something here real quick.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we will do that. So I am going to, we'll use the card I stored, Bane.
Uh-huh.
Um, and so I guess we'll just go for like the closest three.
The closest three.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So that's Bane, and that's just a minus D4 on
Yeah,
everything.
subtract the roll from attack rolls or saving throws.
Attack rolls or saving throws. Okay.
Yeah. It's a charisma save.
Oh, it's a charisma save. Let's see
Yeah.
how charismatic these things are. -1.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
So that's a 12
I've been
for the
saving
first
that
one.
to fail.
Oh, that's an 18 for
Oh,
one of
pass.
them. And that's a 20. So a 19.
Oh, piss. Okay. All
Oh,
right. Well,
well,
one of them failed. And yeah, that one's minus D4 on attacks or saves
okie doke.
while I'm concentrating. That is concentration. And then I guess let's go for the same one that just failed.
Uh-huh.
We are gonna, what am I gonna do?
You have cast
Yeah,
a leveled spell, so it's a
yeah.
cantrip.
Vicious mockery.
Can
Yeah.
you Vicious Mockery as a bonus action?
No, that spell was a bonus action because it was my card.
Right. So, yep, Vicious Mockery.
Nice.
And this
Yeah.
one is a charisma saving throw with a minus D4.
It's a
Wisdom.
wisdom saving throw.
They
Yeah,
have a little bit better wisdom.
fair enough, but still, yeah, minus D4.
So it got a 6 plus 0 minus 2. It gets a 4.
Okay, yeah, that's definitely a fail. So that's 1d4 psychic damage, and it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Ooh. With the 1d4 penalty. Ouch.
Correct. Yeah. So
Ouchie wawa.
little bit of psychic damage 4. Actually, I rolled the max, so that's pretty great.
Ooh.
Yeah, so that's that, and I'm feeling pretty cool right here at the door. Can I like whip one of those around? No, that would be an object interaction. Let's just like ass to the door jam is what we're gonna do.
Yeah, I would say that it's like a yeah, it's like there's a little bit of an entrance. So that juts out in front, almost like a mud room, kind of sort of, not really. And I'll say there's about 5 feet on either side of the door. So you could just
Yep,
it's not going to be in cover, but it is going to
no,
be away from the door so that other people can come in.
that
Um,
that
so
yeah.
that was Lyla, and then Jed with Chauncey on deck.
Cool. How far are they from me?
Um,
Oh shoot.
about 25 feet. If you all crowded to the door, the closest one is 25 feet. Are you talking about the dancers or are you talking about the priests? The priests are 55. The closest dancer is 25. The farthest dancer is about 35, with 30 being the bonfire.
Hmm.
If you
And
can visualize that. They're also the 6 are ringed around the fire.
cool. And how far apart are the 6 from each other?
They're probably about they're probably around 5 feet from each other. That's just the closest measurement that I can get.
Cool.
Also, I'm stupid. I rolled 1d4. It was supposed to be 3. So it's actually 5.
3.
Yeah.
3d4. 3d4, so it's 5 damage instead of 4?
5 more.
5 more. Okay, ouch. This thing doesn't look like it's having a fun time.
Sorry about that.
It's definitely shrieking in pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that one is the most damaged. We'll say that that one is the closest to everyone.
Cool.
Is the one that is the most damaged.
So if I ran forward like into the center of this is a bad idea. I'm
You're gonna
very
jump in the
squishy.
bonfire?
I was gonna maybe it's next to it.
I'm loving this plan.
If I could cast Arms of Hadar and try to hit as many of them as possible, it has a 10-foot radius. How
Oh.
many could I hit?
I would say if you did jump in the bonfire, you would be able to hit them all.
Grant you immunity of fire.
You have
that is
resistance
pretty
to fire.
like badass. So I do have resistance to fire.
It is going to take an extra 5 feet to try and, well, actually, no. You can't go through enemies, and they're ringed around the fire.
Oh, yeah.
Which means you can't go into the fire. You would have to get as close as possible and then just blast them. So
Alright,
you'd be able
whatever.
to get half of them.
That's not worth it. I'm just gonna
Unless you manage to like have something that allows you to jump over them into the fire, but I don't think you have that.
No, I
It
do
would
not.
probably take your action to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna just do a second level guiding bolt. Well, actually, first we'll do a Toll the Dead on the one that Lyla already hit.
All right.
So that
So
is
it's only attack
wisdom
rolls that it has disadvantage on, correct?
Correct, but it still
Okay,
gets
so it's
minus
regular, but it gets the minus D4.
Yeah.
And it's a wisdom, you said?
save DC 16.
You were so lucky. It got a 16 with a minus 4 for 12.
Yep. There it is.
There is a possibility that you will kill this thing because it's damaged, D12. There's a possibility you'll kill this thing this turn.
How do I set Toll the Dead to do the D12s instead of the D8s?
I don't think you can.
It's so annoying.
Yeah,
it is annoying.
You have to manually roll a 12. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
3 by accident. Oops. 2 roll. All right, 16 necrotic damage.
This thing collapses to the floor with a screech as the toll vibrates out from it. You've killed it. Now there are only 5 dancers.
Cool. And then I will.
team.
Yeah, high five. I'll do a quicken spell, second level
Ooh.
guiding bolt on another one.
All right.
Or I guess guiding bolt's range is 120, so I guess I'll actually do this on
one of the priests.
The priests. Yeah.
Gotcha.
All right, that's a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits. They have terrible AC.
Only 15 radiant damage.
Okay. Yep. Ouchie wawa, that one hurt.
And it's glowing with embers and fires and
It is. So whoever attacks that one next gets advantage on the first attack roll. Anything else you'd like to do before we move to Chauncey
I'm
and then
just like
Velantrios on deck?
duck
wait, nope.
back outside.
All right, cool. Actually, no, it's not Velantrios on deck. It is Chauncey and then one of the creatures.
I'm a squishy boy. We do pussy tactics over here, all right?
Can relate.
Bet you're missing Percy with that nice beefy AC.
He was so beefy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So Chauncey's still invisible, So
On
he's
the
just
floor.
Yes.
and he's just gonna pop up and just stride a little bit in the room because he's got Dhampir movement speed. I want to get within 40 feet of the dudes in the back if we were coming in from the side. Is that possible? They
Yeah,
were only
it's only a
60 feet
60-foot
back from the
long
house.
church. It's probably about maybe 20 feet wide. It's not very wide.
I
So
would
you
like
can
to cast gun at that one, please.
yes, the glowing one.
The glowing one, so I have advantage on the attack. Well,
Very nice.
if I'm attacking from invisibility, do I get advantage anyway?
Yes.
So I'm going to attack the non-glowing one with my first hit while I'm still in.
Gotcha.
Correct.
And
yeah.
that's when you appear as the gun goes off. You appear, but you gain your advantage.
And it's like a Slayonetta gun because Chauncey designed it.
Yes.
That's 19 plus 9 to hit. I'm guessing that hits.
Yes,
I
that
like to
hits.
think it matches Lovey May. Like,
Oh yeah.
Yep.
It's gonna take okay, 8 plus 6 or 8 plus 2 plus 6, so 16 points of piercing damage.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, my revolver is actually better than my hammer. I just like using the hammer more.
Chihuahua. Yeah, you fire and this thing stumbles backwards as you hit it directly in the chest.
I'd like to shoot the glowing one.
All right.
That's gonna be 15 plus 9 for 24 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
That's 5 plus 5 plus 6 is another 16 points of damage on that one.
Ooh, that one's not having a fun time. As
And then
it
for my
stumbles
bonus action,
backwards.
I'm just gonna be like, Lovey May, come in here and kick one of the ones by the fire, please. And she's just darting in to use her bonus action attack on one of the ones by the fire.
Cool. Roll it.
18 plus 8 is 26 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
I feel like that'll do it.
And that is 10 points of force damage to that one.
All right. That one gets whacked in the side, nearly folds as it makes a weird lizardy sound before getting back up, kind of limping a little bit, as they all begin to like turn. And so it is now one of the priest's turn with Velantrios on deck. Gonna see what he's going to do. Actually, he should have done that, but it's too late to do that. That's fine. This thing, Shaw, you
Right.
hear this priest say, as I'm looking for a spell that I am not finding. Yes, there we are. It just says, Imix, grant me power of fire. And it raises its hands above its head, and a ball of flame forms, and it launches it forward directly at you, Chauncey, as it casts Flaming Sphere. I get to use this against you now.
That's
I knew
my
it.
move.
That is so delicious.
Question.
Uh-huh.
Am I able to cast Sanctuary on Chauncey?
Not unless it's your turn, and not unless you can touch them, because I think that's what's required. So
Range is 30 feet.
oh, but you have to do
So-
it on your turn because it's an
yeah.
action.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yep. So then the sphere floats towards you and then slashes out at you, it's gonna try and bop you. Oh, let me look. It's a +4 to hit. This creature probably hasn't seen very much combat in its life, because it gets a whole whopping 7 as it tries to hit you with this flaming sphere.
Yay.
Gun in one hand, shield in another. I've dealt with heat before in the forages. This ain't nothing.
All right, so now it is Velantrios with all of the monsters on deck.
I'm last. I love it.
Oh, wait, no. No, you do get a turn, but there's a few
Oh.
monsters that go before
I thought
you.
it was gonna be last, honestly.
Nope. Nope. There are 2 monsters that are going before you.
That's a bonus action. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do guiding bolt. Or no, I'm not gonna do guiding bolt. I'm going to look at the dancers around the fire.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna cast God, where the hell is it? Piso. There we go. I'm gonna cast darkness.
Oh, all right. Let me check something. Okay,
It's
yep.
magical darkness, so
Well,
Yeah.
stuff and things. Anyway, so yep, you see the darkness form over top of these creatures, and you hear from the inside panicked squeaking, panicked squealing, panicked lizard noises.
Oh.
Um,
okay.
love-
And then as a bonus action, I'm gonna do sanctuary on Chauncey.
You cannot, because that is a leveled spell, and you've already cast a level spell with darkness.
Yes, you can only do 1 leveled spell per turn. The other
Yeah. If you really want to cast Sanctuary, I will allow you to retcon that darkness, but other than that, no, you've cast darkness, you can't cast Sanctuary. You'll have to do that next turn.
Um, one action. Damn it, where the hell is it? Yeah, okay, that's it.
Yeah, just honestly, with the shield on, I'm a lot harder to hit than I used to be.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's good.
All right. So we get to one of the dancers that is going to run in a random direction.
It's a wall.
or the fire.
Love it.
You do hear some clattering and some clanking of wood and the sound of a fire being run through as it darts out the other side and whips around to try and look to see if it can see anyone. It does see Chauncey. Let me check how far that goes. It doesn't have enough it actually no, it would have enough movement. It's gonna run splat, 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 up to about 10 feet away from you. And it's going to breathe in, and as it does, its chest expands and it glows before it vomits lava at you.
Ew.
And I'm gonna need you to make a dexterity saving throw, Chauncey.
19 plus 2 is 21.
Okay. You succeed by a long shot. How much damage? Only 2d8. Only 2d8 fire damage. 11 points of fire damage halved to 5. As it just vomits lava all over you. Then it is the other priest's turn. Let me see. And actually, he's going to clasp his scepter, and he says, which of course, Shawthorn, you would know, he says, Imix, protect me with your fire, and flames flow over him. Um, you don't know what that does, but he now has fire all over him. And Shaw, it is now your turn.
Great. I'm outside the window still.
Yep, you haven't made your way in.
How much movement does it take for me to get through this window?
Just 5 feet. Just
Okay,
quick
cool.
vault.
Quick little vault
Just-
through the window.
Yep.
A 30-foot frontal cone. Is there a way for me to hit the priests without hitting Chauncey?
Yes, but you would have to get very close to the darkness, which means that some of the creatures might find you very easily.
I will do that then.
Uh-huh.
I will do Rhymes Binding Ice, 30-foot frontal cone. They need to make con saves.
Okay. I will also say I think you will be catching 2 of the creatures through the darkness. And since they're blinded, they'll have disadvantage because I'm assuming it's a con save.
Con, so yeah.
So they wouldn't get disadvantage because
Yeah.
it's about withstanding it. All right. So let's do the con saves for the 2 priests first. Ooh, they don't have very good con. Well, that one got a 20.
Oh, well.
Nice.
And the other one got a 10.
Okay.
And then we'll do the 2 that you hit in the darkness. One of them got a 6, and one of them got a 16.
Okay, so the ones that are the 2 over 14 take half damage. And
Gotcha.
the 17 damage is the full damage that the other 2 take. And the ones that failed are also frozen in place with formations of ice.
All right. You said it was 17 damage?
Yes.
Both of the priests, you watch as the ice washes over them, and they seem to shrink and turn gray and almost form into stone before crumbling
Nice.
as you kill both of them. And 17 points. Yep. You also hear something shatter in the darkness. And one of them make panicked lizard noises.
And how close is Chauncey to the darkness?
I would say I said the room was about 20 feet wide.
Yeah.
So the darkness would actually touch both sides of the
Oh.
church.
Okay, so I probably couldn't even see Chauncey then.
You would know where Chauncey was because you saw him move there, but it might be a little bit hard to kind of peek through the darkness to see.
Yeah, I'll just stay where I'm at then. I'll just chill.
All right. So next up, there's like half of them are dead. That one is gonna run out. I'll see which side it runs out on. Runs out on your side, Shaw, and it's going to do its thing as it vomits lava in your general direction. Please make a dexterity saving throw.
Great. Oh, a 4. Cool. 5.
All right, so you're going to be taking full damage as this thing vomits directly on you, and it burns. It's hot. You take 10 points of fire damage. So that's one of them. That one is restrained. What does it need to do to escape? Or is it just frozen there?
Double check. I'm pretty sure it's a strength. Hold on, let me double check. It just says it has to take an action to break away from the ice. That's it.
It's going to use that. It just breaks free.
Yeah, just use the action to break free. That's it.
All right, well, it's going to use its action. You hear the shattering of ice as something breaks free. And I would assume that would mean that the spell would go down because the 3 of the 4 creatures died horribly. So that's that one's turn. The other one, we'll see if it runs out because there's 2 more. That one's going to run out on Chauncey's side, and it's also going to immediately use its vomit ability. Please make me a dexterity saving throw.
That's a nat 1.
You only take 7 points of fire damage.
What?
And the final one, it's also going to run out on Chauncey's side. Dexterity saving throw. Is it also...
That dex is a 10.
All right, so that's a failure. So that's another 11 points of fire damage. And we are back up to the top with Lyla. There is now darkness in the room. I believe you do see 2 of these creatures have run out of the darkness on this side, and then the other 3 have run out on the other side.
They've run out on the other side.
Oh, the other 2, I should say, have run out on the other side.
So there's 4, 2 on either side of the darkness now.
Yes.
1 close, 1 far, or 1 set. Ones that far. Okay.
Yeah, you can't see the ones that are far, but you can see
Right.
the two that are on the side, and you watch them vomit lava all over Shaw.
Okay. Well then, we will let's fairy fire the two that are on my side.
So that's Dex saving throws.
Yes. Yeah.
One of them gets a 20, and the
Okay,
other one
well-
gets a 19.
Okay, well, fuck me.
They squeal in horror as they dodge the little motes of flames coming down, not knowing what they are. Once again, panicked lizard noises.
Panicked gross lizard noises.
They're murlocs now.
I was gonna say,
They're murlocs now.
Oh, I love it.
She doesn't like doing it often. It's kind of distasteful, but I guess Lila's finally gonna pull out her flute and use it as a focus for Eldritch Blast. We'll do one at each.
All right, roll the hit.
All right. Do. One is a 14.
That does not hit.
Okay, and the other one also does not hit, and that is poop for my turn. I'm staying by the door.
Maybe you
More
should
scared
practice
lizard
that.
noises as they dodge. So next up is Jed with Chauncey on deck. And then Velantrios, because the creatures that went before you died.
Yay.
So both Chauncey and Shaw are hurt now, right?
Yeah,
Yes, but Shaw is on your
Yeah.
side of the darkness. Chauncey is on the opposite side of the
Cool, so I
darkness, and you
cannot
cannot
see
see them.
Chauncey. I will do a healing light on Shaw. So you can go ahead and recover. Let's do 3d6s. Wow, that was shit. 6 HP.
It's something.
That was not great for 3d6.
And then for my action, are any of the little lizards that I can see already damaged?
No.
They're all pristine. Okay.
Pristine,
do-
untouched, virgin,
Oh god.
Virgin lizards.
For
pure.
the very first time.
Oh.
All right, I will do
Now
a
I can't help but seeing a lizard like dressed as Madonna, like with eye eyes.
They
Like
found a wig somewhere and they're just wearing it.
Yeah. I'll do a mind sliver on one of them.
All right, doesn't matter which one.
Yeah, intelligence save 16.
Ooh, they are not very smart.
I
They're
figured that.
really not very smart. Does a 13 fail?
Sure does.
They
Okay,
got a
they
15
take
with a -2.
7 psychic damage. As
Ouch.
I hit them with my mind powers. And then they have, I think, minus
think they have
4
to
to their next
choose-
saving throw.
Isn't there also like a they can't? No, that's slow. I was thinking they did something with their mind of like, oh, they can only take a action or
Oh.
reaction or whatever. They can't take reactions or something like that.
Yeah. And then I walk back outside again.
Okay, just dart back outside.
Bye. You guys are
Bye.
doing great.
Whoop, 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 whoop. It just-
yeah.
All right, Chauncey, it's your turn. There are two of these things in front of you. They've both vomited lava on you.
How close are they to me?
They are 10 feet away from you.
Oh, cool. They're not within 5 feet.
Nope.
I'm gonna shoot one.
Yay.
That's a 21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits.
$19 points of damage.
Ouch.
Is it still up?
Shoot it directly in the head and it falls over.
Oh, cool. Chauncey's just like whistling to himself after he does that, just whips the gun to the other side.
Just cleaning up after myself.
And he's gonna shoot this one. That is a 14 to hit.
That does not hit. It, terrified of seeing its friend go down, it makes scared lizard noises and dodges the bullet.
Can I be like, Lovey May, follow the sound of my voice?
Yep, Lovey May pops out of the darkness and turns, immediately glaring at the remaining lizard.
Oh, come on. And she's going to take her Force Empowered Rend.
Yep.
Oh,
Does
she
a
got
little-
a nat 1.
Oh
Ugh.
no.
Oh, ouch.
Does a little twirled kick, but it leaps back, leans back, more scared lizard noises. All right. So after that is going to be Velantrios. You can only see two. Well, yep, you can only see two of these lizards. The other one on the other side of the darkness, you don't know. You don't know what's on the other side of the darkness.
Okay.
It is dark.
Leo
Um,
from
very
the
dark.
Matrix over there.
Just freaking oh crap, what is it?
It's just full on the Matrix.
The bullet bending. What's that?
Wanted.
Yeah, with Angelina
There we go.
Jolie.
Yeah.
Curving the bullet.
Yes.
Oh, that movie.
I will
oh
not
my
be allowing
God.
that in this universe. I'm sorry. I will not be allowing curving the bullet.
But what if I cast Magic Missile from a gun and it just looks like a bullet?
I will allow that because it's magic missile and therefore homing. Your regular bullets are not homing.
So are there any of them that are still in the darkness?
Nope, they all ran out of the darkness.
All
They
right,
were
so
terrified of the darkness.
yeah, I can imagine. So I'm just going. Can I just get rid of it?
Yep, doesn't require anything. You can just go, nope. And the
Yep.
darkness is gone.
Like, nope.
So now you see there are two piles of rocks and one dead lizard on the floor with its head blown out, and the other one standing right next to Lovey May that's tried to do a kick and Chauncey pointing a gun at it. On
Right,
top
well,
of the
that
other
looks-
two, they're right there.
Yeah. What's the state of the other two?
One is damaged, one is not.
All right, I'll attack the one that isn't with guiding bolt.
All right, roll it.
Ah, God. There we go. Oh wait, shoot! I did the wrong thing. That's damage. That's not hitting. There we go. That's gonna be a 13.
Doesn't hit. These things are very, very mobile creatures, apparently. They dodge your guiding bolt. They're very squishy, but they're very dodgy.
Just like a mosquito.
Sadly.
Only you know.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
I mean, there's not really much I can do.
You did what? A guiding bolt. You...
Yep. All right. So it is now a creature's turn. Only one. And then Shaw, it'll be your turn. Sadly, it is one of the creatures on your side. And it is going to
swing for that squishy wizard.
Yep.
Yay.
It pulls out from its belt. It pulls out from its belt like something that looks like a little iron rod, and it's gonna swing at you twice.
Right.
It's gonna hit, it's gonna try and hit you, but these things are terrible at that. Oh, that's a natural 20.
Can important die to a 5?
Yes, you may. It misses.
God.
Does a 15 hit you?
It does, yeah.
Watch
Well,
out,
it's not a
Mr.
natural
Shaw.
20.
Silvery barbs.
Oh, silvery barbs, that one?
Nope.
Thank you.
Nope, it rolled a 16, so it still hits.
Ah, no.
It rolled higher. Let me see the damage real quick. It's not that bad.
All right. Well, I'll give Shaw the advantage.
You
Attack
take
roll.
2 points of slashing damage as it
Oh,
whacks you with the iron rod.
Guess the barbs kind of helped.
Yeah, if it was a natural 20, you would have been taking 7 plus a d6 roll of slashing damage, so that really helped. And that's the end of its turn. It's now in melee range, and it is now your turn.
They're both like right from me because they both vomited on me, right?
Yeah.
One of them is 10 feet away, one of them is in melee range because
Okay,
it moved
cool.
out to whack you.
Frostbite's a 15-foot cone, or Frost Fingers is a 15-foot cone, so I'll do that.
Ooh.
Con save 14.
So that one got a 5, so that one fails. And that one got a 13.
Oh, so they both take 8 damage.
8 damage.
Yep.
All right. They are both still up,
Great.
but they're also both damaged.
Hold on, is this something I can do to myself real quick? Can I teleconnect shove myself is the real question. A creature I can see? Does that count as me?
I guess sure, if you stick your hands out in front of yourself so that you have a part of your body in your eye.
I tried to run without taking an opportunity attack is the thing here.
Okay.
So teleconnect shove and then 30 foot towards the door.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You know what? I'll allow it. So, yep, you sort of whoosh, push yourself back and then you run out the door. These lizards are confused as to how you were able to do that. And it is now. Yep, it is now 1.
What was
Yep,
that I
it's
was saying
2.
about attractive young strangers? Oh,
not so
So
attractive.
one of them
I couldn't
is
have been
going
back.
to pull out its iron rod, the one that is also with the one that tried to hit you. And who is closest to the front door?
That'd probably be me, actually.
Yep, it just whoop, 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 runs directly
Actually-
towards you with the iron rod and tries to smack you with it twice.
I haven't moved at all.
So you're just standing there as this thing splat,
Yeah.
splat, 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 splat up to
As
you.
I go running past.
And it's going to try and hit you twice.
And I already silvery barbs on Shaw who ran away.
Yep. Does a 15 hit you?
Yes, a 15 hits me. Wait, yes, it hits. Fine.
Does a 12 hit you?
No, a 12 does not hit me.
So you're not expecting this thing as its iron rod comes sailing in and hits you, but the second time you're ready and you dodge, you just as it whips in front of your face. So you are going to be taking 4 points of slashing damage as this thing whacks you with its iron staff.
All right, I can handle that. Oh, okay.
You did have several long rests beforehand, so your health should be fine.
Yeah, no, yeah.
And the other one is on Chauncey's side. It's the only one. It's actually going to turn and try and whack Lovey May twice because this thing tried to attack it. So it's going to roll. It's an unnatural 20 against Lovey May.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
And then it's going to swing again. And it gets a natural 20 against Lovey May.
Ooh.
Is there
Wow.
any...
Okay.
She doesn't. She can only give things if they're attacking things other than her disadvantage. She can't protect herself.
Cool.
Spencer, can you do here and change your dice really quick? Great.
Sorry. So the first one, it's going to be 7 points of slashing damage. The second one is going to be 11 points of slashing damage as it whacks her 2 times with this iron rod.
No, Lovey.
That's over half of her hit points. She's still up though.
All right. And then we are back up to the top with Lyla. There is now this thing in your face, and there are 2, I believe. Yep.
All right. Well,
yep, there are 2. One in your face, one a little bit farther away, and one engaged with Lovey May. Those are the only 3 that are left.
This gross looking motherfucker, we're gonna mind sliver. So
right in front of you?
Yep. That's an intelligence.
These things are not intelligent.
No, they are not.
They rolled a 4, and so it gets a 2. It's getting mind blasted.
It is. So it's going to take 4 psychic damage, and it's going to be a -1d4 from the next saving throw, which is going to be a Dissonant Whispers.
Oh, wait, is Dissonant Whispers a bonus action? Or is Mind Sliver a bonus action?
Oh, wait, no, I'm sorry. That's not.
I was like, one of those is.
No, yeah.
Both of those are actions.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm dumb.
It's legal, but things have to happen.
Yeah, what am I doing? I mind slivered it, and then yeah, I think we're going to do. So how far away is the second one? You said only 10 feet.
Um,
Like 10 feet back.
we'll say it's about 15 feet.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I can still hit both of them. I'm actually gonna bane both of them again.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and that's a charisma save. And one of them's gonna get a -1d4.
Oh, because the Mind Sliver. Yeah, that one right in front. We'll roll that one first. It's wisdom, correct?
Charisma.
Charisma. Oh, so that's a 10.
Yep. So
The
that is
other one gets a 12.
and that is also a fail. So
So
there,
both of them are baned.
yes. So one has -d4 on saving throws, and one has -d4 on saving throws and attack rolls.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. And so now Jed. There are only 3 left. They're
I lied.
all injured.
I lied. I'm sorry. They both have disadvantage on both because they both got
Yes.
banned, right? Yeah.
Well, -1d4
Yeah.
on both, not disadvantage. Actually, one of them
Or, yeah.
hasn't been touched. One of them is pristine and pure. The others are damaged. The 2 closest to the door are damaged. The one far away has not been touched.
How's Shaw looking in health?
Good.
Okay.
Much better.
So we're gonna so there's 2 on Lyla right now at the door.
There is one
So-
on Lyla, and there's one about 15 feet away, and then there's one about 45 feet into the church against
Okay.
Lovey May.
I thought there were multiple by us. I guess I will just do a. We'll just do a Toll the Dead on the one that Lyla did the Mind Sliver on.
So that'll be the one right in front of her. That one has a -d4 to the saving throw. What saving throw is it?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Okay. They're not as bad, that one. It got a 10, rolled a 12, -2. It gets a 10.
Cool. He's gonna take. Oh, come on. It was almost so good. 14 necrotic damage.
It lets out a horrible lizard sound and collapses to the ground.
Hell yeah. And yeah, I guess that's all.
All right. So next is Chauncey and then Velantrios. And then actually, wait, no, never mind. That one's still up. So there's still one creature before Shaw.
So the one that went on Lovey May is kind of ignoring Chauncey and also hurting his baby. So we're gonna attack that one, but like there's just like a slight gurgle in Chauncey's stomach. Does an 18 hit?
Yes, it does.
I'd like to bite him.
Okay, let me look and see if anything. Nope.
If it's not a construct or undead, I'm gonna heal hit points for my bite.
It is interestingly, well, it has an interesting creature type. I wasn't expecting that one, but that's fine. Has a weird creature type, but yes, you can heal off of it.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna deal 7 points of piercing damage as Chauncey just leaps on it and starts biting.
All right.
I'll use my next attack to bite again.
Okay. I will say, as you are biting this creature, this is like drinking tea that just came out of the kettle. So it like burns your mouth, but doesn't actually deal any damage.
Chauncey hasn't gotten blood in like weeks at this point.
Yeah.
Next one is a 24 to hit.
Yes, that hits. This thing is confused.
So he took 7 damage off the first bite. He's going to take 6 damage off this bite. And I'm going to regain 7 plus 6, 13 hit points.
Yeah, this thing isn't having a fun time.
And then Lovey May is going to kick him in the balls.
Good choice.
Yes, wise choice, wise choice.
He gets a 16 to hit.
That just hits. With a nice little roundhouse kick as you back off of him.
And he's going to take 8 points of force damage from that.
Ooh, he's still up, but he's not having a fun time. So now it is Velantrios. All of these, there's only 2 of them left, and all of them look like they're not having a fun time.
Is there still the one in front of Lyla? Because
No,
pretty
there's
like
one about 15 feet away, but it is really hurt.
okay, I'm just gonna do what is it? Infestation.
All right, that's a Constitution saving throw, I believe.
Yes.
Constitution saving throw is 16.
Well, it gets an 8, so it's going to fail.
Yep.
So it takes full damage.
That's gonna be 7 damage.
That is exactly lethal. It shrieks in horror as these insects crawl all over it, and it just dies of panic. It is now dead. There is only the one that is on Lovey May, and that one looks a sneeze away from death. So now, because that one was the one that was before Shaw, it's now your turn.
Toll the dead on the one on Lovey May.
All right.
Wisdom
If this thing
save.
fails its saving throw, it dies. It failed with a natural 1. The bell
Nice.
rings out and it collapses to the ground, and you are out of combat as all of these things
That was a
are
really good roll
dead.
too. It took 16 damage.
Oh my god, it had 1 hit point left. It literally had 1 hit point. If, like I said, if you rolled, if it failed, it died. It had 1 hit point. All right, so you are out of combat.
Well, that is not what I was going for. I was hoping for a little bit more drama, a little bit less dragon, but
Chauncey's having like a moment from, if you know the reference, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen movie.
oh my
After
god.
Mina eats the first guy, and he's just having a moment over there because he
Yeah.
hasn't drunk blood in a few weeks.
It looks like Chauncey bit into a glow stick. It's neon orange, lava-colored dripping something that is glowing ever so slightly, and it looks like it is still hot as there's steam coming off of it.
That is
That
probably the most disturbing thing I've seen all day.
Miss Lyla, does he do this often?
I cannot say that I have ever witnessed this behavior before.
did it go down easy?
Oh god, oh, no, you weren't supposed to see that.
Can I just prestidigitation him clean really quick?
Yeah,
Yes,
you watch as
yes.
the lava around his mouth bubbles into smoke and kind of goes away, and it's as if nothing happened.
Thank you
that's,
for that, Miss Lyla.
Enough of that dreadfulness.
I haven't used before, even though we broke up, Delm used to let me bite him from time to time because nobody else in town does. So, but after he started seeing that new guy, he hasn't let me bite him lately.
Then I suppose you'll just have to be more mindful of that.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Oh, no worries. Just you're good at sewing. Bring a napkin next time.
Well,
Miss Lyla, I don't suppose you have any associates who are into biting.
Now, I have told you once, I have told you 1,000 times, a lady never tells.
Okay, but if Chauncey ends up biting on your neck, I don't want to hear any complaining.
I have invited to spend a night with Chauncey very many times, but he has declined me at every offer.
well, now that we are cleaned up, how shall we proceed? Do we need to take a moment?
Oh no, I suppose we should just dive head first into that volcanic lake.
Maybe a
Right.
moment. Maybe a moment.
Yeah.
A
Short
moment, or
rest.
do we want to take a night?
I have a question. What do we do with the horses? Are the horses okay?
They're just outside,
We tied
just
him up
sitting
to
there.
something, I
I
guess.
in the poison air?
It's not that poisonous.
It's probably worse closer to the lake, but the town is it's a little bit away from the lake. You can
Okay,
still walk
cool.
to the lake pretty easily, but it's
Cool.
like a 5-minute walk to the lake.
Making sure the horses are okay, honestly, is all I cared about.
Bad for not thinking about cinnamon and sugar dust now. Feel like a horrible person.
Yeah, me too.
So we've a salamander in
Yes.
the
Even
wind,
so,
as it were.
They're big old fire lizards, right? That's fire lizards. That's what was in the books, right?
Yes.
well, why don't we take a little rest and we can
Mm.
Sort all
formulate a
that out.
plan.
We have our heads on our shoulders a bit better, I suppose.
As you all sit down for, I'm assuming, a short rest for now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll also Song of Rest in case anybody wants to
Use some
restore.
hit dice.
Yeah.
I'll come over and do a second level cure wounds on Chauncey.
Oh, okay. I'm. You don't spend a second level slot on him.
He's
Hey,
He
it'll
went
come
into
back.
the fight with false life temporary hit points,
Oh, okay.
and
How
he only
is
he just
Lovey Mage?
recovered like 13 from biting people, so I'm
Loving
only missing 2 hit points. He'll
Love-
need something else.
Well,
Yeah, you
that's
can
the
just
best I
eat
got.
that
That's the
or-
only thing I got right now.
Just don't wait. Would I
It'll
know
come
you're about to
back
try
on the
casting
short
a
rest.
spell? Oh, it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a warlock too.
Oh, it's from the it's from the
Chauncey
Warlock.
doesn't know that.
Yeah. Whatever.
'cause
I'll
you've
come
been keeping
over
it
and
a
do it
secret.
regardless.
So you get your 2 hit points back because
get
there's
2
no
hit
way that it
points back.
doesn't heal 2
Yeah.
hit points.
Jesus.
As you all are kind of in the middle of this short rest, you see movement by the shore of the lake. It is what appears to be shambling humans. They walk for a couple of steps and then they fade from existence. Some of them reappear and walk for a couple of steps and then fade from existence.
Hmm.
You realize that they're ghosts walking. You notice as you kind of look a little bit closer, they're wearing mining hats, mining overalls, and they look like they've been boiled.
Ah, well now, so they are the citizens.
Or were.
I wonder what had happened to all of them, I suppose. Well, yeah, past tense is appropriate. Well, nothing to be done about that now.
Pretty sure if we got rid of the salamander, it might bring their soul some peace.
Hmm.
Only one way to find out, I guess.
Don't we have a preacher that can do that?
I'm a cleric, but I'm like a first level cleric.
Oh, I was talking
He's
about
a
him.
newbie.
I was talking about him. Pointing at
I like how
Jedidiah.
Velantrios just, well, I'm new to this position.
Jed is just in there in his cleric robes, like,
Yeah.
Literally
you
looking
go
like a
for that, bud.
priest.
You do that.
Yeah.
How generous of you, preacher, to offer him the experience.
Of course. I'm a little busy over here anyways. Still healing. Chauncey with my glowy hands. You've been taking quite a beating, Chauncey. Why don't you need to
He looks like he's
be a little more careful.
sparkling at this point. He's like a Twilight vampire right now. He's like put little. So Chauncey's got a full black mustache and a little goatee. He's put little curly cues in them at this point
Very
after the
nice.
presentations, and he's like, "Jed, I'm feeling better than I have in weeks. Thank you, though. You didn't have to. And like two scratches go off of his cheek from the last little bit of healing.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta keep you in good shape. You're the one taking most of the hits, it seems.
I mean, if it's better me than any of you, I don't know if any of you can just, bite someone and do what I do. I didn't. Oh God, was it weird? Was that weird? Am I weird?
It was weird. I was uncomfortable.
Oh,
I've seen worse.
I speak into your head once again, Chauncey. I'm like, it wasn't weird, Chauncey. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
I,
makes
my-
all kinds.
when I was a kid, you remember? Wait, do you
I
remember?
know you tried real hard to suppress your urges.
Oh yeah, and Mom's clinic, we always had blood donors. For the people who couldn't pay with gold, we just took blood.
I know. Don't worry about it. I mean, we need to kill these little guys anyways.
So I would say at this point, your short rest is over. What is your game plan? Are you waiting a day to suss out what to do, or are you charging for the salamander?
Is there anything I can do for the ghosts?
I will say you walk up to the ghosts, and something in them, they stop and they all turn and look at the lake and point to it before they vanish one by one.
Uh-huh.
Seems like they just want us to kill the thing.
Uh,
Now
Should we go
your
to
faux pas saw something in the lake, right?
I'm assuming it's the salamander, something big and under the water.
Right. Now I know we got the water breathing under control, but it does appear to be like boiling and made
Yeah.
of nasty chemicals.
That does seem to be a problem.
So
Maybe we could get it away from the water?
that would be
I
better.
could I could
Ideal.
try luring it, or you could try luring it out with your icy abilities.
I'm not sure how ice does against boiling water.
The salamander
Not very
need-
well.
Well, the salamander needs heat. So if you cool down the
The
lake,
lake is also like almost 1 square mile.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a little
We'll
bit more than a
Be there for a
That
long
might
Ross
be-
finger to
that
chill
might
that
be a-
lake.
No offense, but that might be above our new friend's pay grade right now.
I'm back on this one side. Chauncey's right.
You did
What
see
if-
him in the church, right? With the running away and everything.
Yeah, sorry about that, Miss Lyla. I do.
Do you
I'm
all think
sorry.
there may be benefit
Not very
in
chivalrous.
there could be some benefit in exploring that tower. It is what the place is named after, and we might find something useful there.
And it did have a pipe leading to the lake. Is that?
I mean, if any of you would like to make, I guess, a history check.
sure.
How much do I know about pipe mining?
I'll give Chauncey a guidance.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got a 10.
A 9.
Dad
got a
had a
14.
library.
I'm not much for book reading.
I got a, what is that? 10 plus 1 from guidance plus an 8 is 19.
So this tower serves as almost like a silo of sorts. The pipe actually has a belt inside of it that is cranked on a wheel, and it carries the ore up the belt and into the silo to be picked up and taken somewhere else to either be shipped off or processed or whatever. But it's just because it's so hard to get it up out of the base of this mine, having the tube go all the way down that people can just walk to it, put the ore on it, and it'll get out, and they don't have to walk out and then back in and then out and back in. So it's probably full of ore. there was probably people filling barrels and sacks with it and tossing it down, dumb waiters and things of that nature. That's all the mechanics that were in this sort of tower. So there's probably a lot of valuable ore in there, but the belt would go directly into the lake, which means there's water in the tube and it's boiling, and the tube is made of metal and it's probably hot.
Like most surface mines, I assume there is like a ramp down to the lake.
Yeah, there
like-
are ramps. There are
Okay.
various off points, but they're more for like just people to get down,
Yeah.
as opposed to like ore to be moved up.
I was just making sure the whole lake wasn't, because I know you said some of the lake had like a cliff, and I was just making sure the whole
Yeah,
lake
it's like
wasn't
a tier. It's like a tiered sort of
Cool.
thing that gets
Yeah.
smaller as it goes in, and then they can push and expand little by little outward to keep a sort of stair step sort of thing. So it's like stepped with ramps that go in between them, made of dirt generally. So you can walk down to the water off these ramps. But the water is boiling.
I have an idea. I could cast summon beast and create an aquatic creature that would lure the thing out.
What didn't it die?
It's be still spirit.
Oh, okay.
It would still take fire damage.
Yeah.
It might not
What
die
if it was-
immediately.
I mean, what if it was a salamander?
Those you cannot summon. They are too big. They're also elementals,
Wait,
not
do
beasts.
you know, Sir Jedidiah, do salamanders speak a language?
Yeah, what do we know about salamanders? Do they speak? What do they like? What do they eat?
Are they intelligent creatures?
Salamanders can understand Ignan, but they can't talk.
Mm.
They are
Maybe-
So I
more
could
intelligent than beasts, but they're not super smart. Like they're not out here doing calculus.
I could send it a message.
Maybe you could just like yell at it to come up here.
Yeah, I could talk into its head from 120 feet away.
You know
That's
what?
about
You
the
can give
best
it
I
a
could-
try.
That's
You
about
can-
the best I could do.
You can give it a try.
Better you than I.
Roll me a D100
Oh,
as you
man.
cast message into the lake.
God,
Roll me a
that's
D100.
41?
You get nothing. The spell
Nothing.
can't find a target.
That makes sense.
You don't know where this thing is.
Yeah, no.
And the
Oh.
water is opaque.
What if
So-
we wait till night and try to lure it to the shore?
The
Shore. Lure it to the shore.
We
Does
could
anyone
try to make
know?
My
Could
text
I-
is coming out.
salamander bait. What?
What
Do
do they eat?
you think they eat the lizard people?
Or we
That
could try that.
would be ironic.
Can we try to make like bait using the lizard people corpses?
I will say that they are elementals and so draw on the power of the elements, meaning that it's probably getting enough food from being in the boiling hot lake.
Right.
Generally, they're kind of like undead, where if they're in the Shadowfell, or in their element, like the Shadowfell or whatever, they can just draw negative energy into themselves and they don't need to eat. Salamanders, most elementals are the same way. As long as they can gain access to whatever element they come from, they can draw power from it and don't need to eat. It's presumably the same with salamanders.
Can I try minor illusioning some roaring sounds, maybe? Like in the lake?
How far does
Like-
minor illusion go?
It only goes like 30 feet, so like I'd have to go down like down a ramp,
You would.
but like I could try that, maybe see if we could
Like
lower
roaring
it?
like an animal?
Sure, something. I don't know. I'm just trying to like
All
maybe
right.
disturb the water. Is what I was.
Takes like
What about
a minute to pick your way down there, but I'll let you do it.
doing the
I'll
sound of
copy
a fire
you.
dragon?
If you're going, we should all go together, right? Yeah, we're all
Yeah.
going
What are
down
you
to the
saying,
lake.
Velantrios?
What if they did? What if she did like the sound of a fire drake? Like I'm sure they compete.
Maybe. Sure. Do I know what a fire drake is?
That's a good
I
question.
mean, you can make some assumptions. If you want to roll a nature check, you
How
can.
different can a fire dragon sound from another kind of dragon?
I mean,
I mean, but also the question is, how many dragons have you come across?
right.
Yeah.
You know what lizard people sound like? So
Right.
All right, Lyla, let's just make some roaring sounds. I'll also minor illusion, like give you the help action or something.
Sure.
All right. Well, since you're giving Lyla the help action, give me a performance check at advantage.
I'll even do
Oh.
enhanceability.
I'll cast guidance on it.
wow.
Oh.
All right.
We don't need enhanceability. We already
We don't
have
need
advantage.
enhanceability. It's advantage. The help action provides advantage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's good that we had all that because I actually rolled dog shit. Well, okay. So what was you guidanced it, so that's an additional what?
Guidance and
Guidance
advantage.
is plus 1d4.
Uh-huh.
All right. So that's a total of 19.
All right. With such a high roll, roll me a D100 twice and take the lowest number.
Okay.
This is all chance stuff.
Yeah, okay. Okay, first roll's a 23.
Uh-huh.
Pretty low.
Second roll is a 46, so 23.
23.
Yeah. Is that good or is that bad? Is that good or
As
is
you finish the roaring,
that
for a
bad?
moment you stare at the lake. The water disturbed by the sound, but seems like nothing's coming.
Come out of here! Come out there, you stupid lizard!
Well, this is just taking forever.
Then there is a violent splash of water, and I need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh God.
As the water washes over you, it burns.
How?
Can I telekinetically pull Lyla to give advantage?
Sure.
Thank God.
Oh no. as I rolled a 5.
Oh, I mean, thank you though, because with it I got a 23.
You're welcome.
The 12 for Jed.
You know what? That's karma. That's how that.
It's what I get for leaving you.
Wait, are we all close enough that we have to make the dexterity saving throw?
I mean, if you thought you stayed up on a higher level, then no, you wouldn't. But if you're with the group, then yes, you will do your dexterity saving throw.
Okay. Yeah,
I got a 19.
All right. So anyone that got a 17 or higher, you succeed. Everybody who failed takes 9 points of acid damage, and anybody who succeeded would take 4 points of acid damage. And you watch as arcing several feet in front of you is a huge orange slimy body with 3 legs that you see waving in the air as it, and then it splashes up, treading water. Its head looks directly at you. Its horrible slimy skin as it opens its mouth, and you see flames, lava inside of it building up. And that's where we're going to end this week's episode. So join us next week as they face the salamander of Red. I was about to say Red Hook, Red Tower. We will see you all next week.